Good day, I'm Bryan, and welcome to our grammar lesson. Today we're going to focus on conditionals. Zero conditional. Number one, we'll actually call it the first conditional, and then the second conditional, and finally, that's right, the third conditional. We'll start by focusing on the form. This is what the zero conditional looks like. If you heat ice, don't forget your comma, it melts. You'll notice a simple present verb and a simple present verb on either side. Very good. Let's compare the form of the zero conditional with the form of the first conditional. Same sentence. If you heat ice, it will melt. Let's take a closer look. On the left side we have our simple present verb. But on the right side, do you see something different? That's right. Will melt. Again, form. If you heat ice, it melts. If you heat ice, it will melt. Let's go to number two with the form. Same sentence. If you heated ice, it would melt. Let's take a look at the left side. Heated. We have a simple past form here on the left. And on the right, good eye, would and melt. This is our second conditional. Let's look at that again. If you heated ice, it would melt. Versus the first conditional, if you heat ice, it will melt. And let's finally do the third conditional, and then we'll compare. If you had heated ice, comma, it would have melted. Look at the structure. Had heated on the right, would have melted. Notice this is the past participle. That's the third form. Melt, melted, melted. Good. Would have eaten, would have done, would have seen, and finally would have melted. Good. There's one more form for you in the third conditional. You've got two directions. Let's take a close look. This is option number one. Let's look at option number two. Again, if you had heated ice, it would be water. Now, let's take a look at the use. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to tell me which conditional you think it matches with. I'm talking about something now, and it's a real possibility. First conditional. Good for you. So, it's now, and it's a real possibility. If you heat ice now, it's possible it will melt. Scientific fact. Now, I'm no scientist, but if you heat ice, it melts. It's a scientific fact. it's also a common truth. Good. Let's now compare the first conditional with the second conditional. First conditional we had, it's now. If you heat the ice now, it will melt. The only difference between the first and the second is this. Yes, they're both the same time, unreal possibility. Circle that. So let's take a look at the first again. I have ice in my hand. I put a lighter underneath it. It will melt. It's a real possibility. I have the ice. But in number 2, I don't have ice. I'm just imagining the situation. If I had ice, which I don't, it would melt. Finally, let's compare the second conditional with the third conditional. If you had heated the ice, it would have melted. The key change here is actually time. It's not now. It's past. And it is also unreal. Okay. And of course, if we take a closer look at the second option, you have 2 ways of looking at it. It would have melted in the past, or it would be water now, a consequence which affects the present. So it's possible. This is for number 2. And there you have it, folks, your conditionals. Now, if you'd like more, leave a comment below. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again.